Hi. So today I wanted to just kind of bring up the topic of powders, specifically superfoods that they call them, and these two specific companies, Health Force and Synergy Company. Both of these are highly reputable companies that have been around for decades, and I think that they both do amazing products. Vitamineral Greens is, well, before I even go to that, they're both in containers, glass containers. They're not plastic based, and they're tinted. So basically, they don't allow nutrients to dissipate. You're not going to lose the potency over time like you would in other jars that are, basically plastic. So it's highly recommended for these two, I would say. The reason, why would you want to get on a superfood like these things? Well, mainly you want to because just eating regular food, even if you eat fruits and vegetables all the time, you would have to eat so much and so much variety to even compete with what these powders are offering you. And they're not synthetic. You're getting everything from the actual source, whether it's, a fruit or if it's a root or whatever it is. There's no synthetic anything. And as a result, your body actually digests it much more efficiently. It's going to make use of it. So, starting with Vitamineral Greens, that's from Health Force. You get a really nice value for the size that you're getting. It's a huge, 500 or 550 grams bottle that they give you. It stirs in pretty well. The one thing is the taste. The taste of the Vitamineral Greens is not going to be something that, if you've never had a superfood, that you're going to just love. You can't think of it like a smoothie or something. This is really about health purposes. So I think if you have that in mind, that would be a good way to get used to it. You definitely do get used to it. It starts tasting much better, after just a couple, 2 or 3 times or a week, you'll start to, adjust to it. So with that in mind, what are the effects? Well, personally with me, I felt a lot more vitality, like more energy, and just kind of a more general wellness feeling. So, that's pretty cool for a product right off the bat. I would say, though, that it's almost like an airy high that you get. You're almost like airy in your head, if that makes any sense, using it. So I don't know if that was just because I took too much, or if it just takes more time to adjust to it, or if that's just the nature of the product. There's a lot of algae in there. There's chlorella, spirulina. You're getting a lot of other herbs. There's about 30 ingredients to it, with really high dosages. So there's no filler. I did start out with another product called Nano Greens, which actually had a great taste. However, the Nano Greens, I found out has a lot of filler. So, you can't you can't escape basically good. If you're gonna have a good taste to it, it's probably because there's something not as good for you, or it's watered down or whatever. And a lot of the way you can find that out is actually by looking at the blends, because they have different categories of what's in it, and if depending, of course, the ingredients itself, but then also depending on how much is part of, the quote blend in the categories. Because if they have a lot of ingredients in the blend, they could give you a lot of cheaper ingredients, not as potent for you. You know, there's not a lot of nutrition in a certain blend because they're putting a lot of a certain ingredient that's just, you know, not going to give you as much benefit. So there's certain little tricks that they can do, you know, plus a lot of stuff isn't going to be all organic. So it depends if you know, if you know what your budget is, and you know, it's definitely about taste too. So you might actually want to start out with something like nanogreens. I mean, it has a fantastic taste, just to kind of get into that and see if you feel a difference, and see you know, if you like it, and then, you know, jump into the next step of Vitamineral greens, for example. The other product is from Synergy Company called Pure Synergy. That has actually about double than Vitamineral greens. However, for the price, you're getting a little bit less. You're getting like 350 grams. It's also in a glass container. It's tinted. You know, everything's potent and stays that way. The flavor is, I don't know, it depends. A friend of mine tried it, and yeah, he preferred the Vitamineral greens. I actually like the Pure Synergy flavor a little bit better. But, you know, neither one's going to be like wonderfully good. I mean, this is no like Jamba Juice kind of, not even close. There's no sugars. It's all just natural. I mean, you can definitely add sugar or like stevia, something that might be a little better for you, but still gives it a sweet taste. Or you can even put it in like just a juice, you know, lemonade or grape juice or something like that would be good for either one of those two products. But yeah, Pure Synergy, you know, it has like 62 ingredients to it. It has these mushrooms that are incredibly nutritious and good for you. Cordyceps is one of them. This was, I mean, if you buy cordyceps in its natural environment, and basically, I mean, it's a fortune. It's very hard to find. However, when they create it in the lab, the cordyceps, they still retain all the potency, so they're able to get it down into an affordable package. But this has only been possible for the last 30 years or so. So, I mean, nobody's ever had access to it. Only like emperors in China and things of that nature could even afford or have access to it in history in its natural environment. It's basically a fungus. It's a mushroom, and it grows on. Well, it grows on, I can't think of it offhand, caterpillars, I believe. They grow on caterpillars, take over basically take it over, which kind of, you know, it takes a little bit of a stretch to realize, oh wow, and I'm eating that, but you know, it's just a fungus. It's just like mushrooms. I mean, it is a mushroom, but it's just like, you know, other mushrooms you'll eat in a store. But you're getting the root of it. You're not just getting like the mushroom head. It's very hard to break down and get nutrition. At the Synergy Company, they give you I believe it's mycelia is what it's called, and it's, you know, all in the lab. Everything's, you know, filtered, the air. There's nothing. You're not getting any crap in your mushrooms. It's all high quality stuff. And, you know, again, in this natural environment, it's a fortune. So, just to have access to this. Now, as far as what it does for you, just, you know, as an example, cordyceps is known to open up your lungs, essentially. Like, you're getting like 30% more oxygen that you're able to absorb. You're getting, as a result of that, you're getting like more energy. You feel more awake. You feel more alive. They've done studies where, you know, a rat basically, you know, if it was able to swim, you know, for its life, you know, how if it's affected by, you know, on the cordyceps, and just not. And clearly, when he was taking, or not he or she or whatever, whenever the mice or rats, whenever they're taking the cordyceps, there was a substantial difference. It also is supposed to help you with your cholesterol levels. I mean, there's just so much on it, so I suggest you guys looking it up. Also, it has, you know, other mushrooms just as good. I think the other one is called Reiki, which is basically like known as the immortality tonic. And again, was only given to like emperors, because it was just so expensive or rare, but only they had access with it for a long time. So it has all these things that basically you're never going to get in your regular diet. Some of these mushrooms from the Pure Synergy product. So I kind of tend to want to get that just because it has twice the ingredients. It has that, but as a result of so many ingredients, you're actually getting less of everything. In the Vitamineral greens, you're getting a lot more of what it has. So both of the products are really good for you. I've noticed a difference. I didn't get the airy, like, almost 2 energy effect on the Pure Synergy. I just felt more relaxed and calm, but more awake. So they're both good products. I highly recommend checking out either of them. I might even like cycle between them, just so that you know, your body starts to get used to something. It's not as effective, and you know, it probably will help with, you know, if you have you know, fatigue a lot. And, you know, fatigue can mess with you. It can make you depressed, discouraged, you know, just that feeling. It's almost like having clouds, you know, over your head all the time. I mean, that can be depressing after a while. And it's kind of silly to think that it would make things seem worse, but it does, at least to me. So I think a product like, well, both of these products are highly worth checking out. Vitamineral Earth is another product from Health Force, and it's all roots, and you basically can put it as a broth or warm it up like a tea kind of thing. You could put it in a smoothie or in a drink or just by itself in cold water, but you don't get quite the potency because it's designed to be heated up. And that actually, if you're going to go the path of getting the Vitamineral greens, is good supplementary product, because it kind of calms you down. It also, you know, creates it's almost more of like a detox, gets digestion going, it gets the bowel movements going. So that's a pretty good one. I'm not so totally crazy about the taste. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. You know, it's good though. I mean, if I was just gonna stick with Vitamineral greens, I think I'd want to have Vitamineral Earth around. You may not use it all the time, but especially like at night, if you just want to kind of unwind, you want to relax, instead of taking like Vitamineral Earth, which is just gonna wake you up. I mean, that would be better in the morning. You could take the Vitamineral Earth, and that will just soothe you, make you relax a little bit, calm you down or whatever. More restful state that you're going to be in. So yeah, it's a good complementary product. So yeah, I hope this was useful. Check them out. You know, let me know what you think about them, or if you check out some of the mushrooms that are in the Pure Synergy product. Let me know what you think of all that. All right, take care. Bye.